So hi, my name is Alvin. I'm 32 years old. I'm an industrial designer by training. I currently work in the financial sector, and on the side, I have a hobby which is concrete everything. When I was working full-time, I was looking around for something to work with. I was always very interested in hands-on craft. So then I just found some concrete at my void deck. They were actually doing some renovation works at our void deck. So then from there I sort of borrowed some of the cement, or rather stole some of the cement. And from there I watched some YouTube videos and picked up concrete casting. And then from then on I've been sort of exploring the material and seeing where it sort of goes from there. I never really realized about concrete until when I was working. I was asking friends how do you actually work with concrete? Because at that point of time, I thought that concrete required stones and gravels, and it's quite a complicated manufacturing process. But then it was sort of through experimentation that I sort of fell in love with the material and sort of the versatility of it. And yeah, so since 2014, it's just been an experimentation and sort of getting to know about the material and understanding it. Okay, so my first work is this lamp, and actually it's sort of, I killed it already lah. So it's not a functional lamp anymore, but I sort of kept it as sort of a reminder of where I started. So this lamp, the basic thing is just it has a wiring and the cable comes out, and this shape is actually from a carton of milk. So what I did was that I cut the carton of milk and basically mix some cement and pour into it. And this is what came out of the end product. So what happened here is that you can actually see that there's two different layers. So there's one that is more refined, and then the upper half that is a bit more cracked. So it's sort of reflective of my learning and my lesson. So then what happened is after casting, I had to top up the extra cement to sort of fill it all the way to the top. Yeah, so this is my first lamp that I'm quite proud of. It's quite interesting looking. Okay, so the current design that I'm sort of exploring, different things that I'm exploring. So right now I'm just trying to see how concrete can be bigger and sort of see what uses it can be. So right now I'm sort of playing around with the idea of a concrete bench. So I'm casting my entire a long bench out of it, and sort of using my house as an experimental area to see how the bench can be useful and how I can play around with it. To me, my family is very important. To me, I'm somebody that is quite sentimental. I like to write cards, during Christmas and stuff like that. During Chinese New Year is coming up, I sort of write a small note to them to sort of tell them my wishes for them for the year. So to me, family is priority. I'll try to spend weekends with them as much time as I can. I always feel bad whenever like I have to leave them at home and having to run an outside workshop. And yeah, I mean, they are important, you know, sort of seeing them grow up, you know, being there throughout their journey, you know, being the father figure to sort of discipline them. I think that's something that I feel like is my responsibility. So I would never want to, because of anything else, sort of abandon or not be able to do those things when I should be doing it. So the shape that I think that represents myself is somewhat like a square, you know, and sort of like a broken square lah, somewhat like this shape. And a square because I mean, like, as a Singaporean, you know, you sort of grow through a standard life, you know, you go through your poly, your uni, and you get into working, you grow old, and at one point or another you sort of die. So I mean, like, everybody is sort of stuck inside this sort of cube and this square that I'm in. So, but then, I mean, like, through my life, I think I've learned to break out of it, to do things a bit different, and similar to this cube, I think, like, you know, every sort of crack, every hole has its own story, it has its own meaning, and I think that's why I feel like concrete is also sort of my material, because it is something that is very, it tells a story. Everybody after casting, you know, they always have their own version of it, and sort of through their own actions and their own different actions, they come up with a different end product. And through that, everybody has a different story about how they created something. And sort of this cube is also the story of myself, and yeah.